Wait a sec, I actually don't like that. Is there a better paint? Is there not a better paint? Should I just open up GIMP? Paint will be fine. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see. Size. Let's make it a little thicker. Okay. So right now we have. So when you go into the app, we have this back end, right? It's got some logic, and what happens is you have a user and a user, and this user talks to the back end, and this back end says, hey, you two communicate, like that. Pretty much connects the users together. But right now this is the only route, and right now I only have the possibility for two users to connect to each other. So what I want to do is take this logic, I want to make it so that, let's see, can I clear this? No, don't save. I want to make it so that in the backend we have this route, and a user will type in a URL with some extra stuff here. Let me actually type it out. It'll be url.com/extra. So, or I'll just do chatapp.com/extra, and then whatever this extra is how it'll create the room. And I know right now that that's not like super secure, you know. Somebody can go in and guess like an extra, and then they could pretty much like bomb somebody's video chat. So I mean, I get that, but anyway, so they'll make a GET request here, and then this will go to here, which will create this sort of room with all of that logic that we saw. It'll create this own little room with all that logic. So now this will create this, and then this will communicate back to the user, and then any other user that does that, it'll do the same thing. It'll communicate back to the user, and then it'll tell these guys to communicate to each other, because they'll be communicating back and forth between this, and then the same thing. Another guy pops in, these guys communicate. It'll go here, same thing, and then it'll pretty much, well, what this is going to do is check to see, this is going to go here, and it's going to do some logic to check to see if this is available, and if it is, then it's going to connect the users together. If it's not available, then it will go ahead and create one, and then do the same thing. You know, you get the idea. So therefore, should be able to create however many rooms I want. It's just the way that I have the logic set up now. Even if, you know, if you can create an infinite amount of rooms, still there's only 2 people allowed to connect at one time. And I'll have to fix that at some other point. But right now I want to work on getting the rooms. Oh, also I want to get rid of that right now. So let's do that. It's spaghetti code, I know. Let's see, get name, get password. This get password part we don't want. So I'll go ahead and get rid of that. The get name. Where's get name? Oh, right here. We'll just comment that out and uncomment that. Save. That should re-render this or not because it's stuck there. Localhost. Is it 3001? No, it's probably 3000. Localhost 3000. Can't get you dumb shoes. Oh shoot. What is the yeah, it's localhost 3000. Localhost 3000. Compiled successfully. You can view your client in the browser. Localhost 3000. No, the development build is not up. Yada yada yada. This is localhost 3000, bud. I don't know why it says can't get. That's my backend. Let me turn my backend off. Let me refresh. There we go. That was weird. Alright, let me start my backend. Maybe my backend doesn't have let's see. Port or 3000. I don't have any environment variable set up, so it was running both of them on 3000. .env. Then we're gonna say port equals 5000. Save. And then that should fix that issue. So npm start. Now if I go to localhost 5000, should say can't get. What the hell? You gotta be kidding me. Port process inf port. Have port there. Let's get rid of the OR. HTTP listen port. Why is that not working? Process.env.port. Save. Localhost 5000. My port is 5000. Dude, why the hell is that not working? Jesus Christ. Interesting. Maybe I'll just type in 5000 right here. Jesus Christ. I was probably doing something stupid completely wrong. Not even realizing what I was doing. Okay. So we're focusing on backend right now. So I ain't worried about that too much. Alright, so let me pull this back up. Okay. Okay. Oh shoot, I was supposed to share this, wasn't I? Stream URL, backend server URL. What is stream URL? Will this take people to my stream or? No, it won't. I forgot to share this. Share. Copy. Facebook. Boom. 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 Okay, let me open up Paint one more time. I'm gonna draw this again just for the people that if anybody comes in. So I'm gonna split this down the center. So this will be my now. This will be what I want. Okay, so right now I have a backend that's got some logic, and I have a route here. And when a user makes a request to this route, it starts a connection like so, and then this backend tells this user if there's another user to go ahead and communicate. It pretty much puts them together. So that's how that works. And then the same thing for this user. It's just this user would be right here, and then if there's any other users, it would tell them to communicate. That's how I have it now. But the problem with that is this is the entire backend. Okay, so the way that I want it is to have a get route here, and that get route will have, you know, like chatapp.io / some extension, some route, like so. Can I make this smaller? I can't. I guess I have to. There we go. Okay. So chat.io some route, and this route, whatever this sum route is here, Jesus Christ, if it's not one thing, it's another. Sum route here. This will create an instance on the back end, like this. You create an instance on the back end, and then a user makes a request here. It creates an instance, and then this should have actually been green. Shoot, I screwed that up. Screwed the pooch on that one. Alright, but I mean, you get what I'm saying. You get where I'm going. User, and then this would tell this user to communicate here. But if a user goes to a different route, then I want it to create another instance, and then have it tell this user to connect to this user, like that, and then so on and so forth. If another user goes to the route, creates another instance, like so, and then it tells this user to connect to this user, like that. Okay, so that's pretty much how I want to get this thing structured. I think it'll be pretty easy. Dude, if I do that one more time, I swear. OBS and open up my server stuff. Okay, cool. Coolio. So let's see. Alright, so taking this into consideration, this is what it looks like right now. So there's the GET request here. This is actually, these are kind of separate. This GET request only returns this. That's if you make a GET request like that. The way I have it set up now is, where's my, where's it at? Oh, I must have closed it. I guess I'll show you on the code. Alright, so the way I have it now is I have the route. Where's the... Okay, well, I have the route here to the server, and when when the pretty much when the app starts, I call this activate stream function, and this gets wherever I have this at. URL. Alright, right here. So when the app is started, this socket is created to the backend, just straight to the backend, not through any GET request or anything like that. So that's something that I would want to fix, but I'm gonna get the backend ready first and hope for the best, I guess, because I really don't know what I'm doing. Alright, so let's see. Server.get. So what do we want to get? We want to get some sort of like ID or something. And then we want to let ID equal rec.params. Alright, so we got the ID. So when you make a GET request, it does yada yada, all this, all that. Let's see. Make a GET request for the ID. Then we want to create. So all of this stuff here, I'm gonna want it to be in like sort of like a class, I guess. Class. Room. Room, I guess. Classroom. I don't need those. Classroom, constructor, something. Honestly, I don't even know what the hell I'm doing. Constructor something. Alright, so what do we need? What kind of information do we need when we create the room? I think in the constructor I type in like the name, ID, max listeners. I think that's where I do that. And then down here I would say this dot blah blah blah. Okay, so classroom, and then here we would want to say, so server.get, what would we do? We would want to create, so we say const new room equals new room, and then this is where we'd want to pass in the ID. It's where we'd want to pass in the ID, and then we would call like new room dot connect or something like that. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. Alright, so we have this constructor. What kind of information do we need? We know for a fact we need an ID. Because that ID is going to be here on connection and then ID, I think. I think that would be good to to establish on connection ID. That way each io.on is separate. But what else do we need? What else do we need? I feel like that's really all we need. I mean, I'm not entirely sure. This .id. I guess we run into stuff. I guess, I don't know. We try it don't work. We try something else, it don't work. We try another thing, it don't work. Who knows? All right, so let's see. Constructor ID, classroom, io.sockets, clients equals 0. Oh. Let's create this dot clients equals 0 and get rid of that. IO equals require socket IO new room. Let ID equal rec.params constant new room equals new room ID. Okay, so I guess we're gonna start with I guess connect. We don't need anything, I don't believe. Let's see, that is completely wrong. Alright, now this is where we say io.on. We do backticks, connection, dash, and then we do this .id. And it's pretty much copy and paste, I think. Socket. Alright, so now we created a socket for that specific connection. Now I think I would want to, let's see, connection on, let's see if we can console.log connected to socket. Connected to socket. Jesus Christ, if I could affect the spell. Alright, so io.on connection connected to socket, console log connected to socket. All this stuff, I think I'm just going to this one right here. Alright, all of that I think I'm gonna dismiss. Okay, so we have a room. We want to say new room equals new room ID, and then new room dot connect. I think that's what we want to do. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a GET request on my front end, and actually I'll just make the GET request. I'll just make the GET request from the browser. How many of these things do I have open? None? Okay. Let's try her out and see what happens, bow. So localhost 5000 slash this is a room. Let's see what happens. Alright, I'm going to pull this over here, and then when we go to it, we're going to see if it console logs that. Localhost 5000 slash this is a room. It definitely should have console logged it a lot faster than that. Okay, if I just do localhost 5000, cannot get server.get recres. Oh, that would be why. Well, no, I did newroom.connect. Do I need to pass in the res? Do I need to pass res in there? I doubt it. Let's see what happens if I pass res in there. Newroom.connect, connect. Nah, because it still should have console logged. Res.send. You made it, bitch. Boom. Alright, so we know we can't get like that. So if I slash this is a room. Interesting why that's not working. Server.room. I'm gonna do the noob thing. Console. I know this is working. Console.log here. Make it simple. Okay, so it did make it. And then I want to check ID, see what ID is. Save. Okay, here, hello. So that's working. Now my question is why. So new room const new room equals new room ID new room dot connect I have that on connection this dot ID socket. Oh, I'm a idiot. I'm pretty sure if I outside of this io.on I wasn't connecting to the socket. I'm so stupid. If I console log here, it should work. I'm just an idiot, that's why. So if I skip them, hello bish, worked perfectly. Now if I say the ID is this dot ID, it should work. The ID is hello. Boom. Look at that. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. Alright, so now, so it's just because I have to connect with like through the socket, and that's the problem. So I would have to go to localhost 3000. Localhost 3000. Okay. First and foremost. Secondly, I need to open in my front end code. Yeah. And instead of it being React API URL, or actually it can be that. Actually it can't be that because that's my live. It needs to be this. And so we have URL, and then where we use URL, so we have this.socket.io.url. we would need to get the URL that was actually passed. So how the hell do I do that? Well, let's Google how to get URL from React. Honestly, don't really know. It's probably not even just from React. It's probably just JavaScript. JavaScript redirector, navigate, get the URL with JavaScript. Window.location.href, document.url. Let's try that. See what happens. Let's see, inspect. Boom. I just want to see real quick what it looks like. Document.url. It's localhost 3000. Document.location. Okay, so what if I did localhost 3000 spaghetti monster room. What if I did that? And then inspect. I honestly didn't expect that to even work. I don't know why I didn't, but I didn't. Alright, document.url looks just like that. Document.location looks just like that. Trying to see if there's a way that I could just grab this piece without all that extra stuff. Right there, path name. Okay. So interesting. Path name. So that's what we want. So it's document.location.pathname. So socket.url. We're gonna do this. We're gonna say URL. And we're gonna say document.location.pathname. Alright. Now here we console log connected to socket. Let's see. Let me go ahead and save this. And then let's open up the app. Go localhost 3000. Blam. See if it does it. Doesn't do it. Oh, because I didn't give it a / spaghetti monster room. Okay, so that didn't work. So let's see, failed to load resource server responded with 404 socket polling. What I want to do is check and see what it looks like exactly before I go making like conclusions and stuff. So the component did mount right here. I'll say console.log this.socket. Oh, no. I'll just do exactly what I passed into socket. I'll do, so I know, I'll just copy it up here. Skibbity bop. Boop. Go back down to component mount. Blam. Save. Localhost 3000 spaghetti monster room. Okay, so I mean that put it in like perfectly in there. So let's see. That should have been created. Let me discard changes real quick. Oh shoot, I discarded all my changes. I didn't realize that. I thought it just discarded that change. That's okay. It's an easy fix. Get password. Then we just, yeah, like that. Then it should, was 3000. What the hell? Save. Failed to save. The content of the file is nowhere. Please compare the versions of the file. Are you serious? Come on, dude. Compare. Yes, that's fine. Approve. Save. I hope I didn't just break it. Okay. It's working. Good. Alright. Now, go back to the console. Inspectamundo. Consolo. Okay, so I'm getting a error connecting to the thing. Getting an error connected to the thing, to the thingy thing. What could a problem be? I'm gonna post this on Cyber. Hello, how are you? I'm doing good. Cyber, how are you? I don't know how long ago that was posted, but it was posted at some point. I'm gonna post this this stream on Twitter real quick, just cause. Tweet. That's it. Nothing else. No more, no less. Thanks for stopping by. Alright, let's see. See if we can figure out what this problem is. So we got localhost 3000. We're appending the URL passed in, and that's creating the socket here. You know what? You know what I'm thinking? What if that's not how that works? Okay, so what if the connection is supposed to be the main portion? I mean, can I have multiple connections? Or am I supposed to only have one connection and then do my other stuff there? I mean, that doesn't really make any sense though, because you have on message, new client. I would think that it would be connection to what, and then you go from there. But it's looking like because this is sending it to IO, and then this thing, I don't know. Requires socket IO HTTP. I'm not sure. Oh, well, first of all, I have this on localhost 3000. It should be localhost 5000. That's one thing that I need to fix and then retry. Localhost 3000 and then some junk. That still did nothing. Okay. Let's see. ID, get ID. Let me. Yeah, of course that didn't work because that's not a. It's not a suck it on thing. Up and running. Server.get. Alright, so I'm thinking that I'm not supposed to put this here, because this just needs to be ported back to my back end, I guess. I don't know. IO URL IO because requires socket IO HTTP 45000. server const new room equals new room ID new room connect. Server.get ID. Maybe I need to restructure the way I'm doing my front end. App IO URL. Component did mount. Activate stream. All right, so let's think about this. I connect to, so I start up the front end by going to the address for the front end, and then the front end has to make a request to the back end, because the back end has to know what the address is on the front end. Unless, because it seems like the way that Google Hangouts does it, you start a room, and then when you start a room, it pushes you to an address. So I'm assuming is on the back end they create the address and then they send it to the front end. The front end goes to that address. So it's probably how I'm gonna have to do it. Yeah, it's probably how I'm gonna have to do it. So that's kind of not really what I wanted. Let's see, if I go to an address, because what's happening is it's really, I guess what's happening is it's going to an address that doesn't really exist. So when I do this, I mean, I guess I could start up the app. I could go here, start up the app, and let's see. So we have this activate stream function. We're gonna get rid of that, get rid of that. Send message. We don't need this stuff in here. Disable cam. We don't need that. Message box. Okay, so what we have essentially is we have an app. We start the app. Okay. When the app mounts, what I'm going to want to do is make a request to the back end. So let's see, component did mount. Let me just get rid of this. This.activate stream. Yeah, let me go ahead and get rid of this for now. Let me get rid of this. See if everything still works. Okay, cool. All right, so when we, so I'm gonna want to Axios. Let's see. Where's my terminal for this one? npm Axios. Axios should just be Axios. npm install Axios right there. Blah. Blah. I forgot. I should have, yeah, let me do that. I don't know why it doesn't show me what it's doing. There we go. Got Axios installed. Now we can start her back up. Get rid of that, get rid of that, move this back over here. And socket.io's back up. Now we import Axios from Axios. Not sure if it's a default export or not, but we'll find out. Alright. When it mounts, what do we want to do? Axios.get from, so we want to do Axios.get, and then we want to use the what's it, document or window? I gotta enable JavaScript. Jesus Christ. Window.location.pathname, and I believe it automatically has the dash in front of it, so I don't think we have to worry about that. Wait, config. Yeah, I think I do rec and res, don't I? I can't remember. Pretty sure. I think I did that. Forgot how to make an Axios request. That's embarrassing. Let's see if there's a little quick snip. That's right, duh, I'm an idiot. Rec and res is only for the back end. So it's a .then. I do this all the time. I don't know how I spaced on that. .then res blam .catch error. We're gonna console.error error. And the res, what are we gonna do with this? Window.location.pathname res. I guess we'll just console log res for now. Alright, we're gonna save that. And so we have ID here, rec and res, let ID, regular parents, console log here, and then res.send. Made it through, just to check. And let's inspect console. Oh, we already, oh yeah, duh, of course we already got it. Alright, so I didn't get it made it through here. Let's refresh it. I didn't get it made it through there. Status was okay. But why didn't it console log? I should have got a log. Let's see. My front end. Let's go into file. Well, that's just the URL. Oh yeah, duh. I gotta know where I'm sending it. It's not one thing, it's another. URL. Like that. Now let's try it. Alright, console.error is not a function. Of course it's not. Because it's console.error. I never finish it. Okay, git localhost 5000 net error failed. Refresh it again. Jesus Christ. From origin, localhost 3 has been blocked by course policy. No access control. Allow origin header is present on the requested resource. Absolutely fantastic. I hate that core stuff, man. I absolutely hate it. Can I instead do just like a... I might have to... What the hell? What did I just do? I don't know what I just did. But why am I not able to stop my server? Node 1 have crash waiting for file change before starting. Interesting. Oh yeah, all my browsers crashed for some reason. And they don't want to come back up. Come on, dude. Oh my god, this is aggravating. This pisses me off. What the hell is this? They're not even there. Come on, dude. Finally. Something happens. No, I'm not restoring Jack. Alright. I had to open up Facebook for it to do anything. Let's see. What was I doing? Oh yeah, npm cores. Cores npm, 3.5 mil. That's exactly what we want. I hope this solves my problem. It said no access allow origin. Cores policy. Okay. Run start. Now I do server.use cores. Oh, I need to const cores equals require cores server.use cores. I think that's right. Alright, let's see if it'll do it now. Localhost 3, Chowshind, inspect, console. Hey, the cores issue's gone. Now it's just responding with a 404 not found. Because I'm supposed to have some sort of thing here. Hey! Haha! Progress! We got a Rambo. That's all we needed was that cores. All right, cool, cool, cool. So I got stuff back, which is awesome. All right, so now we made it to the back end. I still didn't get this console here. We don't need that. And I did a res.send, but I didn't have res on the thing here. So we're just going to do this. Console log connected to sockets. So console log here. Res.send made it through. Res.data made it through. So everything's Gucci there. Now the problem is... So I created this new room and I called newroom.connect and it didn't console log. Oh, because IO on. That's why. If I console log here, connected, and then I refresh this, should say connected. Boom. Perfect. Perfect. Perfecto amigo. Alright, so now, how do we get the I/O socket to connect to this this I/O on here? Do we just do... I mean, I have no idea. I have absolutely zero idea. Let me open up YouTube back because I have that closed for some reason. I have zero idea how to do this. I'm just kind of winging it, to be honest. Yeah, that's a thing. I move this here. Actually, I move this back here. Let me stop this. Let me move this here. All right. So that's good though. That's good that we're making it through. Everything's working, except for the I/O connection. I'm not really sure how to do that. I have the I/O thing here, and it's using this HTTP thing here. So I'm wondering if on my front end, I have to go to this address only for the I/O socket, or if I would do it that way. Let's see. Access the console.log res. So we got that. Everything's Gucci. I guess what we would say. What would we say? Okay. What do we need to do? So, obviously on the back end, we're going to have some sort of storage. Server.get. We're going to say room storage. Let rooms equal an array. Should it be an array or should it be... No, I don't think it should be an array. I think it should be an object of objects. So it would be an object, and then const new room equals new room ID. And then instead of saying const new room equals new room ID, I would say rooms.id equals new room. And then I would pass in the ID, and then I would say rooms.id.connect, like that. That should be the same thing, but now the room is stored in an object of rooms. So if I make this connection here, oh, I have the console log again. Console.log here. Alright, now, and then I refresh. Boom, here. Perfect. Perfect. Interesting why. Oh, network error, create error, error connection. Okay. So that's working still. Now we have a room here. So now inside this, what we want to do is we want to check if room exists. We want to check if the room exists. So if rooms.id, then we do something. Well, actually, what would we do? If rooms.id exists, then we will just do, I don't know right now. Else, that's when we want to create a room. So let's go ahead and move this up here, and then this alt up. Like so. Rooms.id equals new room ID, rooms.id equals connect. So if the room exists, what would we do? Rooms.id.connect. Is that what we would do? If that's the case, then all we got to do is say if not rooms, then up, then get rid of all this junk, get rid of this, and then like that. If not rooms, rooms.id equals new rooms ID, rooms.id.connect. Okay, check if room exists. So that should work. I'm not going to bother testing it. Classroom connect. io.on connection this.id. That's gonna be challenging. Rooms.id to connect. Let's see. Classroom constructor ID this.id equals ID this.clients equals 0. Connect io.on connection this.id. So we pass in the ID from that GET request, and then we pass in the ID from that GET request. Then res. Then I guess what I call this dot activate stream, and then on activate stream I would pass in the no, I wouldn't need to pass that in because I already have access to it. We got the socket equals this. Socket.emit new client. But there's no socket.connection because the connection would be I feel like that would have to be window.location.pathname. I feel like it's gotta be that, but I don't know. I don't know. Refresh. I mean, do I have to, like, how do I don't know, how do I, socket.emit, the socket is going to, this that socket equals IO to this URL, IO.on connection. HTTP dot create server dot require express HTTP dot listen port. I mean, I'm trying to think, how would I route the socket connection to this? Socket.io.server.on event string listener function. Socket.io.namespace base on method to add a listener for an event. Okay, so maybe I'm doing this wrong. Maybe the connection so maybe the connection has to wrap the whole app, the whole backend, and then inside the connection, whoever connects to it, to the socket, it distributes them within that connection. Is that what I need to do? That's probably what I needed to do. So let me get rid of this for now. Classroom connect. Let's see. Let's get rid of this for now. I'll start coding here. It's getting messy. It's getting hairy, but hey. I don't know. Okay. Let's see. So we got IO.on connection here. Let's IO.on connection socket. Let's console.log connected. This is probably the easier way to do it anyway. Look at that, connected. Refresh. Waiting for file changes, class, blah blah blah. If clients is greater than 0. What? Clients equals. Oh, because clients isn't a thing anymore. I got rid of that client stuff. Alright, so we'll just get rid of this. We'll rewrite it. It's no big deal. IO.on connection, because apparently that's all you can do. I mean, I haven't done all the research yet, but from just looking at it right now, that's all I can do. Console.log connected. Save. Alright, refresh. Connected. Refresh. Okay. She's working. So now what? So we're connected. Wait a second. How the hell are we connected? Because I have this being routed straight to window location path name. This that socket IO. Hello, hello, did I finally find the answer? I don't know, I don't know. Socket this, I'm using that on the emit. Get name, get password, access.get URL, window location, this.activate stream. So that shouldn't matter. It should still say connected. Yeah, because it's created in the constructor here. Interesting. Let me do socket, see what that looks like. Refresh. Alright, we got a bunch of junk that I don't know what it does. Doesn't that look beautiful? That is terrible trying to read all this. So what I'd rather do is socket dot emit socket like so, and then here component did mount, and say socket dot on emit I'll say console dot socket console dot log socket, and this would have to have a type emit socket, save app crashed, git what, refresh. Let me restart NodeMon. Okay, there we go. Oh, app crashed again. What am I getting this from? Oh, this console log socket thing doesn't need to be there. That's just adding a bunch of headache anyway. Internal bootstrap pre-execution JS 300 get maximum call stack size exceeded. Oh, well that's not good. On connection socket.emit. I just want it to emit one time. I don't want it to emit a bunch of times. That's what's happening. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're just going to look for instead of emitting it a bunch, we're just going to socket.onEmit. I think I was just yeah, okay, socket, and then let's say socket.emit socket socket. It's getting confusing, but and then here I would just say this socket dot emit socket console log socket. This would just be socket. This would be this dot socket dot on emit socket console dot log socket. Okay, now app is running, socket is not defined. Come on guys, come on. Where socket console log socket it's not socket.emit. Okay, what's going on? Socket.on emit socket dot emit socket. This actually probably shouldn't be that. It should be res socket.emit socket. Like that. Refresh. Okay, something's happening. Something that I'm missing. IO.on connection socket. Socket.on emit. So when the connection receives an emit, we have this response, whatever. And then we call socket.emit socket. Oh, this is supposed to be emit. Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me, man. Socket.emit it. Okay, let's take this one step at a time. Socket.emit. We emit. Okay. Right? Makes sense, right? Yeah. So we're gonna console log emitted because it's just getting on my nerves at this point. Okay, so that's the problem. It's not even fucking emitting. Socket.on event string symbol listener. Socket.on emit console.log. Here. Let's see if that works. Of course it doesn't work. I gotta pass an arrow function. Okay. So that's not doing anything for some reason. Why the hell is that not doing anything? Come on, it did mount. This.socket.emit. Do I have to pass in stuff? Emitted. No, don't have to pass in stuff. Event string args. Optional argument is send with the event. Okay. You don't have to send it. You just send the event. This.socket.emit event. Okay. I don't know why it doesn't want to do it. This.socket.emit should be working. Is it because it's in it can't be because it's in the component didn't mount. That can't be the reason at all. That can't be the reason at all. Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, it's receiving the connection. If I console log, we already did this. Yeah, here. It's receiving. It's connected. I think. Unless it's just always going to do that. Let's check. Let's check if that's the problem. Because if it is, Jesus Christ. Let me get rid of this window location path name thing. Now let's just connect straight to undefined. This whole time it was because of that. Okay, so when we use the base route for the socket, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a little research real quick. I'm gonna go to socket.io. Oh geez, it's almost daytime already. Socket.io, and we're gonna go to the demos. We're gonna go to here. Oh wait, what is this? GitHub. View source. Index.js. Let's see. Server listen, console log, listen, import port, app.use, express.static. That's because they're serving HTML. Let me use connection socket. What are they using path for? Let's see, because that's curious. Come on, dude. Path. Static path.join, bring in public. Oh, that's what they're using path for. Oh, okay. Let's see. I added on connection socket var added user false. When the client emits new message, this listens and executes. But this is for many people to use, though. That's why. Yeah, see. That's for anyone who can jump on and use. Trying to figure out if socket.io, trying to figure out how to create rooms with io.on connection. Can't. Wondering if io.on connection has to be a wrapper for the whole IO thing. Wonder if io.on connection has to be a wrapper, or if I can instantiate rooms with separate connections. Separate connections. Oh, okay. Good luck, my guy. Here we go. Okay. Wonder if io.on connection has to be a wrapper for the whole IO thing, or if I can instantiate rooms with separate connections. I wonder what this person's typing. I am also learning sock. everyone's just learning sock. Curious what these people are going to be typing. Who is here? Tristan. I'm going to post my YouTube link. Control C. Control V. YouTube video live stream. Anyone else? Oh shit, they left. Well, hell. Okay, well, I'm wasting time. I'm not learning anything here. Let's see. Current marketing, Tristan. Hakari le marketing, Tristan. I don't know what they're saying. Anyway, okay, so let's see. I mean, it looks. I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. I'm not sure at all how I could do that. I mean, the way that they have it set up is. I guess the whole Socket.io thing would have its own, like, a primary connection, and then I guess however many people connect to that, it would do, I don't know. I have no idea, but I guess that's what we're going to try. I guess that's what we're going to try, so. Alright, so we're getting this back, which is pretty cool, because I should be able to say, getting a bitch, boom. And we should see that when I refresh, getting it, pop, yeah. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to send back socket, because I want to see what all I get here. Socket.on, emit, socket dot emit, emit, and we send socket. Okay, let me refresh over here. Oh my god, Jesus Christ, what now? Maximum call stack. Socket.onEmit, socket. How am I getting that? I don't understand. I'm only mounting once. That doesn't make any sense. You bitch. Maximum call stack exceeded. Socket.emit. I'm mounting one time. This dot socket dot on emit. Yeah, this dot socket dot on emit console dot log. Console.log x. That's not going to help me with anything, but I felt like I needed to write that. Alright, socket.on emit. I guess we'll write this again. It's kind of pissing me off, to be honest. Socket.on emit. And socket.emit. I guess next, I don't fucking know. Socket. I'm probably not allowed to send socket. That's probably why I'm getting that. And then we're gonna say socket.on next. See what happens. And then refresh. Crash again. Maximum cost stack exceeded. Yeah, I'm assuming it's because I'm trying to send socket here. Let's see what happens if I just send the string. And then refresh. Yeah, see. Now I'm getting it. That's because I'm trying to send like the socket. I wonder if there's a way I can like just like parse it or something. I don't know. JSON dot stringify socket. Let's see if we send it that way. No, converting circular structure to JSON, starting an object with constructor namespace property server object with constructor server property NSP object with constructor object property, closes the circle. I don't know what that means. Starting an object with constructor namespace property server object with constructor server property. JSON.stringify at socket that I meant. JSON.stringify socket. That's not gonna work. I mean, I would have liked to have like been able to interact with Okay, well. Oh well. Let's I guess we'll go back to socket.io. See if we can find anything. Learn, documentation. Room support. Within each namespace, you can define arbitrary channels called rooms that sockets can join and leave. You can then broadcast to any given room, reaching every socket that has joined it. This is a useful feature to send notifications to a group of users or to a given user connected on several devices, for example. Those features come with a simple and convenient API which looks like the following. io.onConnection, socket.emit, io.emit, socket.emit, emit an event to the socket, emit an event to all connected sockets. Note, IO port will create a HTTP server for you. Require socket IO 80. Sending and receiving. Socket data allows you to emit and receive custom events. IO.on connection socket IO.emit. This will be received by everyone. Socket.on private message from message console.log. I receive a private message from saying message. Restricting yourself to a namespace. If you have a control over the messages and events emitted for a particular application, using the default namespace works. If you want to leverage third-party code or produce code to share with others, Socket.io provides a way of namespacing a socket. This has the benefit of multiplexing a single connection. Instead of Socket.io using 2 WebSocket connections, it will use 1. Const chat equals io dot of chat dot on connection socket dot emit chat dot emit. Interesting. Oh, I think that's what I'm looking for. Const news equals io of news dot of on connection socket. Ah, that's what I'm looking for right there. Const chat equals io dot connect. That news equals io dot connect. That. This is what I was looking for the entire time. This right here. Restricting yourself to a namespace. This is what I want. Okay. So now if I do let's see, so it'd be the same concept. I'll make a this get request. This is what's going through my mind right now. I'll make this get request, pass the ID, rooms.id equals new room ID, but instead of this, let's see, I would make rooms.connect, let's get rid of that. If no rooms.id equals new room. Instead of new room, I'll call a function create room, and then I'll have function create room, and then it'll accept an ID, and then this is where I'll create the room. This will pass in the ID, and then here I will say this. So let ID no rooms.id equals create room, let room equal io dot of then we pass in the ID, io dot of ID, io dot of ID dot on connection, and then it'd be the same thing, dot on connection, and then we would have socket, not capitalized, lowercase, Jesus fucking Christ, socket, let me shrink this a little bit, we don't need all that. On socket, and then we would do all this, right? Socket.emit, message, that, on that, blah, blah, blah. So this is just where we would do all of our logic now. So this, I could probably, well, I don't know. due to scoping and all that. This would probably have to be a arrow function also in order to have access to that. But anyway, so this is where I would do the, let's see, console log, or to make sure everything works properly. See, console log connected to, and then we'll just use the ID. Connected to ID. And so we got create room here. We pass in the ID. Then how would we socket that on connection? Connect. So io.connect chat. Chat that on connect. Chat.emit. Hi. Okay, so that's back end. Nothing's crashed so far. That's good. Let's go to the front end. Let's get rid of this. And let's do, now we could do this, I believe. I think, I don't know. Let's try it. URL window.location.pathname. This dot socket, what was it? Connect chat equals socket equals io.connect equals io. That's the same thing as io.connect, I believe. Yeah, it's an alias for what? Okay. I probably can't do this in the constructor because this doesn't exist yet, I think. But we're gonna check this out and see. So now it should work just like that. Refresh. Refresh. Okay, so that didn't do anything. And I'm thinking it's because this doesn't exist, that path doesn't exist yet. So if I do I gotta make the GET request first. So axios.get, we're gonna get to window dot get to URL, and then window.location.pathname, and then then response. Then we're gonna say, and then once we make that that GET request, it should create that room, and then we would say this dot socket equals that stuff. This dot socket equals that stuff, and then dot catch, because you always got to catch your errors. Jesus, 1 second, let me check something. Goats are going crazy. The goats are going crazy. All right. Console dot error. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens, dude. Nothing happened. Let's see. Oh. I gotta return the room, don't I? Now let's refresh. Nothing's happening. Tristan's room. Nothing's happened. If not rooms ID, rooms.id equals create room ID. Const IO because you require IO.on connection socket const tweets equals interval get be retweet yada yada, sending and getting data acknowledgements. IO equals require socket IO 80. IO equals require socket IO HTTP. And then chat equals IO.of chat. I did room equals IO.of ID. I mean, that should be right. Like, let's check. Console.log ID. And then refresh Tristan's room. So that's right. It's Tristan's room. So there should be console.log. After that, there should be a rooms called Tristan's room. Let me save it. Let's do it again. Refresh. Jesus Christ. Oh. Let's see. ID namespace. ID namespace. Oh, that's what I did wrong. It's supposed to be like that. Rooms ID equals create room. There we go. I mean, that's one thing. So now it'd be Tristan's room, namespace, all of that stuff. So server, all this stuff. Sockets, namespace, sockets connected. So it's got a thing now. So that's good. Let's get rid of this console log. So that made that worked. It created the room. Return room. Let room equals io.of. I just don't understand why it's not console logging this on connection. This dot socket equals io window.location.path name. And then what if I said this dot activate stream now? What would happen? Absolutely nothing. Okay, what if I said URL is the backend, and then slash window.location.path name refresh. Oh no, it added one itself. Let me get rid of that. Where's that? 218. 218 class name. That thing's annoying. Okay. Alright, so what is the problem? Now can I say this dot socket dot emit message hello there, Frank. And then on the back end, which I need to restart, on the back end, if I say socket dot on message message console dot log message, see what happens. Emit of undefined. Ah, interesting. Probably because I didn't send anything back from that GET request. Maybe? Is that a thing? Res.send, res.status 200. We'll just send an OK. Let's refresh. Can it read property emit of undefined? Now why is that the case? Access dot get, we made a get. Dot then, this dot socket, URL window location dot path name, this dot socket dot emit. Interesting why it's saying that it's undefined. Yeah, that worked. But I'm still not getting anything. Jesus, why do I keep doing that? What is it? Did I have open? I had this one open. Okay. Oh, I also had this open. Okay. So something's happening here. I don't understand what it is. Maybe I just this dot socket equals null. Maybe I don't know. I don't fucking know, man. Why it's not working? Control X. Let's see. This dot socket equals that stuff. Well, inside this send a message, we'll do some emitting. All right, socket.emit. Hello, Frank. Cannot read property emit of null. Are you serious, dude? What are you doing? Window.location.pathname. Okay. Res console.log. Res, we'll just do that just to put something in there, and then this socket thing, we'll add this. Jesus Christ. I guess it's got to be in the constructor. I don't fucking know, dude. Connected to Tristan's room. What? Can you believe it? Connected to ID, boy. Connected to ID, boy. Look at that. 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 All right, I'm going to open up another one. Localhost 3000. And we're going to see if we can say we can create a different room inside there with Tristan's room simultaneously. We're gonna see what happens. My wife Tanchinook's room. Oh, dude, look at that. Tanchnik's room, Tristan's room. And we're going to send a message and see what happens. Oh, dude. Hello there, Frank. Let's try this one. Boom. Hello there, Frank. Yes. I got rooms working. Thank God. Oh, my God. That took forever. And really, all I had to do was just check the documentation because they already had it covered. I'm just an idiot and didn't do that. I don't know what's wrong with me. I can't believe I did it. I got them rooms set up. Now anybody can go to my app and join a room if they want. All I gotta do is pass in the URL and then they can do that. But that's all I've got. I've just got that. I don't have the actual connection set up. I don't have the actual connection set up. So, what is the takeaway? How did we do this? All right. So I created a base URL for the where the backend is hosted. So it will be here on the production. So right now it's localhost 5000. In the constructor, I created an IO socket on the front end with that URL plus the path name, whatever the user types in here. They can put whatever they want. And I don't really know if that's going to be useful. I mean, most people just Google like chatapp.io. No one really, not many people. I mean, maybe my generation does, but well, I guess those really be the only people that use something like this. But anyway, so you do that, and let's see, down here. So when the app mounts, I make a GET request to the backend, and I send it this path name, because on the back end I have a GET route with any ID. It can accept any ID in there. The ID could be whatever. It could be a bunch of numbers. It could be a bunch of letters. It doesn't matter. Does that, and then what it does with the ID is it checks, is there a room with that ID? If there's not, which is what this little thing is, if there's not a room with that ID, it's going to go ahead and create a room with that ID in this rooms object here. And then it just sends 200, which I think it should be 201, I think is what created is. HTTP status code. I think 201 is created or something like that. We're going to find out because I want it to be super special. To success, created. Yes. 201 is created. Okay, so it sends back a 201, which that's irrelevant. I just wanted to make sure I sent something back. The create room, it off this IO here, because this creates an IO socket on the server, it creates like another, like, I guess it instantiates another socket off of this base socket, I guess, and you give it whatever route, I guess, whatever path name, I guess, is what you would be going to, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so the and then you just call your on connection and all your stuff there, so whoever connects to that route. And then what's going to happen is when there's no more users, so I'm going to keep track of however many users are inside this room. I'm going to figure out how to do that. And then whenever the last user leaves, the server is going to destroy this room so that it no longer exists. So it's going to just completely disappear once the last person leaves, because otherwise there'd be a room, and then there'd be another room, and then there'd be another room, and then if somehow this thing, multiple people use it, which I doubt they will, it'll blow up and it'll be use so much space. So yeah, I'm just happy I finally got it to accept rooms. That's pretty Gucci. Pretty Gucci. Yeah, it's pretty Gucci. Alright, well, I think I'm going to end it on that because I pretty much got the basics down of what I wanted. I wanted it to, I wanted to be able to create these rooms like this, and I did. I created the rooms. Now I have a possibility of unlimited rooms with their own connections, which is awesome. Now I just have to get the logic put together for, which it should be the exact same. I mean, theoretically, I should be able to. This is a connection. I should be able to copy and paste pretty much all this stuff and put it inside this, and it should work for every one of them. But I'm kind of tired, and it's already daylight. I'll probably try to take a nap or something, and then get back to it when I can. Okay. All right. Well, peace out, amigos. I don't think anybody even stopped by on this live stream, but hey, who cares? It's 2 hours long. Yeah, so I guess that's the end of the stream. Deuces.